And welcome back to more of DuckTales 2, where in the last episode we raised the island of Mew and got the stone tablet there. So now it's time to head into Egypt. So of course there's going to be pyramids and whatnot. And then we get to try and find King Khufu's knife. This is actually the second area in the game that does have a hidden treasure. Or that does have a secret treasure. But of course we have to start out in down to the Pharaoh Man-like setting. Well, of course the sand is probably the same anyway when you think about it. But anyway, Egypt's a pretty fun level. What I do like about it is that there's a lot of exploring to do, and also there are a lot of fake floors that you do have to take into account. But overall, I do like the music in this place. And of course, I also do like the way this level's set up. So let's just wait for this guy. Yeah, fortunately this guy's not going to be too tough to deal with, and actually at this point the enemies as a whole aren't going to be that tough. And then let's just lower this thing. And there are going to be plenty of times where we are going to have to go to different places just to find more stuff. And then unfortunately we can't do anything here, but we do have to keep this in mind. And then let's get down here. And then this is actually going to be how we're going to get to the map. So we have to know 1 is 3, 3 is 2, 4 is 1, and 2 is 4. 1 is 3, 3 is 2, 4 is 1. And then of course there's just more of this with the jumps. And fortunately the jumps aren't too tricky. So 1 is 3. Or actually, wait, I should explain this first. It's basically telling you how to get to the treasure. So we start off with 1 is 3, so now 3 is 2. And now 4 is 1. And now 2 is 4. So either way, we got ourselves I think this is piece 6 of the map. So we're getting actually closer to the treasure of McDuck. Which is a great thing if you ask me. So I am gonna have to play through that level twice, or from what I know. And now let's just listen to Dewey again. And I think I'm gonna play through that level twice just to show you stuff that is there and then stuff that's not there. So either way, what we're doing here is just getting more making our way across. And either way, these guys can be kind of a pain, but either way, not that big a deal. It's just that you kind of don't want to catch them when they're jumping up. And just in case you want to see a launch pad, what you can do is just pull this block over and then get there. And that's just something else to know. And the snakes can kind of be a pain in the ass, so let's just go ahead and... Actually, wait, I think I want to go here. No, wait, I want to go down here first. Just so we can find ourselves more stuff. And that includes our 9th extra life, so that's always good. And then, let's see, let's just go ahead and break some more stuff here. And this is what I do really like about this stage, is that you do really get a big opportunity to get a ton of treasure. Okay, I do have a safe good. Yeah, I would have hated to die and lose it all. Which is, of course, a thing I don't like about this particular game compared to the first one. But then again, that's something I already ragged upon earlier. And then one short backtrack later, we can just get back here. But also, the backtracking in this stage isn't really too bad. Actually, the backtracking in this game in general isn't that bad. So either way, alright, let's just go ahead and take care of him that way then. So let's see, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to wait on that side, so instead I'm going to go here. Let's see what Huey has to say. Now this is actually how you get to the hidden treasure, which is actually going to be a pretty nifty mirror, but we'll see it soon enough. Let's just get that. And then just one more jump later. Let's see, is there anything here? I guess we already took care of all that stuff. Oh well. So either way, I mean, hopefully everybody's doing okay. Let's see, I just could have recorded this earlier, but unfortunately things just came up, and also, for some reason I just didn't record. Of course, there were too many days like that with the way this summer's going. And it's already almost July. So either way, let's just go ahead and get this over with. And now that we found this part, so we got the clue earlier that says one who sees the light will find the way. So let's just go ahead and put this mirror here. And we unlock this. And we got ourselves another hidden treasure. So more, and of course we're getting more money with that too, which is always a good thing. And now that we got access to this, we can get under here. And then let's just go ahead and get this. And then, yeah, we gotta... Okay, that was not done well at all. So, yeah, what I was trying to do was just hit the snake with that thing, and then that just backfired big time. So either way, let's just go ahead and make our way over to the boss now, and the way we're gonna do that is we're just gonna get over here. And then let's just go ahead and take care of that here. And just like so. So either way, now that that's taken care of, I think we pretty much got everything we needed to here. And let's just make our way over to the boss, and the boss is going to be the Pharaoh. So what he's going to do is he's just going to creep up from the sand and then, let's see, fire a lightning bolt. And let's just take care of him that way. It's actually easier to catch him on the way down than it is on the way up, but I mean, that's just the way I'm choosing to fight him. And with that said, that's the end of Egypt. So overall, a pretty fun stage. I do like the aesthetics, and I also do like the exploration aspect of it. And just everything that there is to do. So we got ourselves more money, and let's just go ahead and get us another safe. And now we've got 6 pieces of the map. So that's gonna make things a little bit easier. Okay, we're back. And I kinda have this problem where it just doesn't record for some reason. I think that has something to do with the way I had Bandicam set up, but either way, we're back to doing this. So, let's see, I gotta get to Scotland now, which is gonna be the second to last level if you do count the bonus level. And I do like the whole haunted castle aesthetic they got going here. It actually reminds me a lot of Blade Man from Mega Man 10. And see, just some quick math later, you can find this is the right treasure box to hit. And then, let's see, what we gotta deal with in Scotland is just a bunch of these hands with the floating lanterns, and also, let's see, some tricky platforming. And then this is the part that reminds me more of Blade Man. Okay, that's helpful. Let's just get that. And then, let's see, we can just find some more hidden stuff here. And then one thing I do like about this level in particular is that they definitely reward you for going out of your way to try new things. And then let's just go ahead and crack these open. And we got ourselves some more treasure, which is always good. And also, you do want to go to this place either second to last or last, just because you do need all the adapters to get everything here. And then it's not like the other levels where you can just get by on only 1 or 2 adapters. So yeah, this game does have a distinct order that, I mean, for efficiency's sake, that you should play it in. I mean, unlike the first game. Which is then one thing I also like about this game compared to the first game is that it does, well, I mean, it expands upon everything, but I'll get into that more on the final thoughts. And of course, because that's where the spawn spot is, that's where this hand is going to keep respawning. And it is important to know where the spawn spots are just to bounce off these guys. And that is something that is common in NES games, that there are specific spots where the enemy spawns in. And I know that other games like Ninja Gaiden just abuse it to hell, but Then again, that's just a different story for a different time. Because right now we have got to go across this thing. And yeah, that's where the secret is, so let's just see if I can get it here. And I did, so that's good. And at least the platform respawned, so we got that working for us. So let's see, yeah, we're almost done here. And see. Now I gotta find where the map is. I do know where it is, so I mean, I should be able to get it on this run. But one thing I should talk about while I'm just here going through the castle. Oh, by the way, the gray ones attack you. So, yeah, just something to know. But one thing I should talk about is just the later era NES games and really just what they're worth. And I think the cost of them is a little bit absurd, and frankly, some of them are a little bit more for collector's purposes than they are good games. And I mean, there are some really good games, and examples being like Little Samson, Flintstone, Surprise at Dinosaur Peak, just to name a few. But let's see, I think, well, Little Samson was my favorite one. But I mean, while they are good games, they're probably not worth the cost, and I know that Cygnus Destroyer did a video on it. Now with all that said, we do have the 7 pieces of the map, so we've got the map complete. And then of course there's more of this. I know this is heavy. So it turns out we gotta go back to Scotland and get the treasure chest, or get the treasure. This is actually the bonus stage. This is gonna be the underground, or the basement of the castle. And let's see, this stage does have a lot of alternate pathways, so I am gonna have to play through this multiple times to show you everything. And we're gonna have to use this raft a lot. But here's the first of which. So let's just go ahead and get over here and just whack everything. That's because whacking things is always good. So either way, well, hopefully everybody's summer's going well, and hopefully everybody had a good 4th of July. And let's just get that. That's because I want a little bit more money here. Let's see, I think those treasure chests aren't as big. And of course you get more money and you get this thing too. That's because, just on sheer value, I mean, that's definitely the one you want to go to. That's definitely the path you want to take. And of course you gotta be a little bit careful not to hit your head on the spikes here. Just because that's never any fun. But fortunately this isn't like Mega Man where hitting spikes kills you. So let's see, okay, I think there is something down there. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Let's see, is there anything up here? It doesn't look like it. Let's see, so how do I get that thing then? Oh, I might have to go in from the other side then. Yeah, I think that's probably what that is. Yeah, because I think we're actually already at the boss. Or actually, not quite. So let's just get up here. Alright, respawn here. So this is one game where you can use respawning enemies to your benefit. Let's see, do I want to go this way or this way? So I think I'm going to take my chances here. Okay, at least I got some treasure. And then they do bring this platform mechanic back in Darkwing Duck, so I mean that is something once I get to Darkwing Duck that we are definitely going to have to use. Let's see. Yeah, we're already at the boss now, so let's just go ahead and get this over with, or get this going. And then we got the sorcerer. And what the sorcerer is going to do is he's going to fire this spell, and then whenever the spell hits you, it's going to turn you into a frog for a few seconds, which is more than enough time for him to wail on you. But either way, really you just want to wait for the spell to wear off and then just dodge his attacks. That's really the best way to do it. But either way, that guy's no big deal, and we got ourselves the Treasure of McDuck, which is a jewel with a duck on a face, or duck face for some reason. Fortunately, no selfies were involved. So let's just go ahead and get this. And I do want to play this stage again just to show off the alternate pathways. So I'll just, yeah, let's just go ahead and do this again. And then, fortunately, you can always collect that 60,000 over and over again, which is always good. And the reason I took that first pathway is just because this other pathway is so much more convoluted than the beginning one. And I gotta work quick here. That's good, it's important to work quick. And of course, hidden traps because they're jerks like that. I mean, hidden floors. That's what I meant to say. So let's see, the frogs themselves aren't really that big a deal. But I mean, they can pop up in inconvenient places. Let's see. Yeah, I was looking for a fake wall or something like that. And then if you go here, you can always get a little bit more money, which is always good. Let's see, this part does get really tricky because, alright, where's the spawn spot here? Okay, yeah, that's what I was looking to do. Yeah, it is really important to know where the spawn spots are just to, jump off these guys. Of course, this jump is always a bitch, too. If you do take this, you can get down there, but honestly, I don't really see the benefit there. You can get a few diamonds, but that's really about it. It's just so easy to get yourself killed trying to make those jumps that it's really not worth it, even if you do have the safe. So I think what I need to do is I need to bounce off this guy. And then wait for the first jump. Okay, that works too. So let's see, to solve this, what I'm going to need to do is just get this activated. And then let's get moving here. Yeah, just because it's not really worth it to try and break those things. But I mean, it's not worth it to try and break those blocks, otherwise we'd be screwed. But anyway, here we are on the other side of this, and we're back at the boss. And every time you go to a stage when you already beat the boss, you just get a large diamond instead. So yeah, I mean, that's the alternate pathway for, let's see, what's that place? The underground section of the basement. Or I mean, the underground section of the castle, that's what I meant to say. But anyway, I'm just gonna head back to Scotland, and then I'll see you guys, right where, I was before I got the last piece of the map. Alrighty, now that we're here, so let's just go ahead and get this going. And fortunately, the rest of the stage isn't that long. There's just this one tricky part we gotta deal with. So just do that, and then take care of this guy, and then get on with the program, as they say. And fortunately, this playthrough's been going reasonably well, except for a few recording hiccups, but I think I actually finally figured out what the problem is, so I mean, hopefully that won't be a recurring thing here. So let's see, we're actually done with the level here. Let's see if there's anything extra here. Well, trying to find something extra didn't quite work out. But either way, here's round 2 with the sorcerer, and what he's going to do is he's going to appear somewhere and then fire either a lightning or a wind shot. And the wind shot's more like the change up here. It is pretty easy to dodge, but just don't be too committed to going one way or not. But fortunately, this guy's pretty easy. I mean, both versions of him. And then that's the end of him. And we got ourselves the, what was it, like the lamp or something? I don't know. But anyway, let's see, about 15 minutes. And we are going to finish the game with over $10 million, so, I mean, that's always a good thing. But then again, having, no matter, well, I guess I shouldn't say that, but you don't get a better ending if you have $10 million, unlike the first game. But you also do get the bad ending if you finish the game broke, which is something I might show off, actually. But either way, Glomgold's kidnapped Webby, so now we gotta take him on. And I really do like this music, I just wish it wasn't as short as it was. And then as you can see, we can't do anything here. So what we can do is access this part that we couldn't access before. And it is kind of an improvement from making you play through the whole stage in Transylvania in the first game. But I actually really love what Remastered did with Mount Vesuvius, but that's a different story, but I'll get into that more when we get to the first game. Because now we gotta take on Glomgold. And of course we gotta fork over the treasures because that's how this sort of thing always works. But either way, meet the D-1000. Yeah, this is the 90s where Terminator was still a big thing. So what he's gonna do is just do this basic pattern of retracting and extending his limbs. So what we gotta do is we just need some good timing and just jump on his hand. That's really the easy way to go about doing this. Unless of course you screw up like that. And that too. But fortunately I do have a cake on me, so I mean I can use that to my advantage. Okay, I don't know how I got hit there, but okay. This could actually be... Okay, I jumped too early. Well, I am really sucking in this fight. There, that's better. Either way, that's the end of the D-1000, and that is it for DuckTales 2. But of course, Glomgold has to do the I'll take all you with me thing. But fortunately, Webby's safe. And then of course, this is the ending, and... Let's see, I find it kind of strange that Scrooge's coat is still red in this particular sprite. I mean, they actually fixed that in the first game where Scrooge's coat is blue. Of course, I don't know why that was the case in the first place. I'm guessing that was a limitation of the NES. That they had to make Scrooge's coat like brighter to fit with the backgrounds or something. Then again, I think that's kind of why Batman's purple in in Batman. Or I think that's also why Jason's purple in Friday the 13th, but I mean, that's kind of a technical thing, and I don't really know the NES specs well enough to comment on that, but either way, my final thoughts of the game. Now, of course, this is what happens when you get the treasure. If you didn't get the treasure, let's see, they basically say, like, what was with the treasure McDuck and something like that. But anyway, final thoughts on the game. This game still is a lot of fun, and I was all set on saying, oh, it's not the same as the first one, but guess what? This is still a really good game and definitely worth playing. And, let's see, probably not worth buying a physical copy just because it is really expensive, and, I mean, if you do catch one of those copies, it might be a fake too. So I think I said the same thing about Surprise at Dinosaur Peak, but it is true. I mean, it does happen. But either way, they just give you your money count after that. So that's always good. But anyway, back to my final thoughts on the game. This game does everything that a sequel is supposed to do well, which is, it's supposed to take everything that the first game did right and then improve upon it in some way. And they did just that with the addition of the adapters and the addition of the store, and also including continues. I mean, the levels weren't as memorable, and the music certainly wasn't as memorable, but this is definitely a worthy sequel and definitely worth your time. I think what I'm gonna do next is, gonna play a few more Disney Capcom games, and I think I'm actually gonna take a shot at The Little Mermaid for the NES. I mean, I did watch Bryce Elf's talkthrough of it, but I mean, it's actually a really simple game, and it's actually something I could theoretically do in like 1 or 2 videos. But I mean, we'll just have to see how that goes. But anyway, with that said, let's see, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon.